Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exhilarating episode of 4-Year Starters Daily Lineup. I'm your host, bringing you the latest and greatest from the world of sports. Today on this marvelous Saturday, July 29th, we have a lineup of articles that will have you on the edge of your seat. But before we dive into the action, let me hit you with a fascinating fact about today's date. Did you know that on this day in 1948, the Olympic Games officially began in London? Talk about a historic moment in sports history. And speaking of history, we have some captivating stories to discuss on today's show. In our first article, we'll be taking a closer look at the England women's national team as they secure a crucial victory in the Women's World Cup. However, their triumph is overshadowed by a devastating injury to the talented midfielder Keira Walsh. We'll dissect the impact of this setback and explore how it could potentially affect England's future in the tournament. Moving on to our second story, we'll be shifting our attention to the baseball diamond. The Chicago Cubs' Jeimer Candelario has unfortunately suffered a shoulder injury, and the implications of this injury go beyond just the team's lineup. We'll delve into the impact it may have on the trade market as teams evaluate their options and potential deals leading up to the trade deadline. So grab your favorite jersey, get comfortable, and join us as we break down these thrilling stories. It's going to be a podcast episode you won't want to miss. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome back to the Sports Buzz podcast, where we bring you the latest and greatest from the world of sports. Get ready, folks, because we've got a lineup of headlines that will have you on the edge of your seats. So, without further ado, let's dive right into it. First up, we have some hot trade rumors surrounding the New York Mets. With the trade deadline looming, the Mets are considering making some moves to strengthen their roster. Could we see veteran right-hander Justin Verlander in a new uniform? Only time will tell. In our next story, we shift gears to the NBA and a potential disciplinary action. Damian Lillard, the star point guard, and his agent Aaron Goodwin have been given a stern warning by the league. It seems their comments about Lillard's desire to be traded to the Miami Heat may have crossed a line. Stay tuned to see how this situation unfolds. And now, let's talk a little baseball and soccer. We've got the latest scoop on the MLB postseason odds. Who's poised to make a deep playoff run? We'll break it down for you. But that's not all, folks. We'll also be discussing Lionel Messi's impact on Inter Miami CF. Can he lead them to glory? It's time to find out. But wait, there's more. We've got a special treat for all you sports betting enthusiasts out there. We'll be giving you the lowdown on the best sports betting sites and bonuses available in the great state of New York. So, if you're looking to place a wager and spice up your sports experience, this segment is tailor-made for you. That wraps up this edition of the Sports Buzz podcast. We hope you enjoyed this lightning-fast rundown of the hottest headlines in the sports world. Stay tuned for more exciting updates, game highlights, and in-depth analysis. Until next time, keep that sports spirit alive. England secured a crucial victory in the Women's World Cup, defeating Denmark 1-0 thanks to a stunning goal from Lauren James. The 21-year-old forward, making her first World Cup start, scored in the 7th minute with a sublime strike. James received a pass outside the box, evaded a defender, and unleashed a rocket that found the back of the net. The goal was celebrated by fans and even received a shout-out from James's brother Reece, who plays as a defender for Chelsea. The win puts England closer to the knockout round, and they will secure a spot if Haiti wins against China, or if the match ends in a draw. However, the victory was overshadowed by an injury to standout midfielder Keira Walsh, who was stretchered off the field just before halftime. England will anxiously await the results of the other match while hoping for Walsh's speedy recovery. The incident involving Walsh's knee injury highlights the potential dangers of playing on a dry pitch and raises concerns about player welfare. England's squad has already been significantly impacted by injuries, with several key members sidelined. Arsenal centre-back and captain Leah Williamson tore her ACL in a Women's Super League match. Chelsea midfielder Fran Kirby underwent knee surgery, and Arsenal forward Beth Mead suffered a ruptured ACL. These injuries have further impacted England's chances in the Women's World Cup. As the tournament progresses, England will need to regroup and find ways to compensate for Walsh's absence. The team will rely on the impressive performance of Lauren James, whose goal has reignited England's attacking prowess. James showcased her ability to combine power and finesse, making her a valuable asset for the team. Her unpredictability keeps the opposition guessing, adding an element of excitement to England's gameplay. The victory against Denmark puts England in a strong position to advance to the knockout stages of the tournament. However, they must remain focused and overcome the challenges posed by injuries and the unpredictable nature of the Women's World Cup. The team's resilience and determination will be put to the test as they strive to achieve success in the tournament. In conclusion, England's victory over Denmark in the Women's World Cup is a significant achievement. But the injury to Keira Walsh serves as a reminder of the potential hazards of playing on a dry pitch. Player welfare should be a top priority, and measures should be taken to ensure the safety of athletes. England's squad will need to adapt and overcome the challenges posed by injuries as they continue their journey in the tournament. With the support of their fans and the determination of their players, England will aim to make their mark on the Women's World Cup stage. In a recent game against the Mets, Jeimer Candelario, a top trade candidate for the Chicago Cubs, left the game after suffering a shoulder injury while playing second base. The severity of the injury is currently unknown, but it could potentially impact the Cubs' desire to trade Candelario in the coming days. While the Cubs were not expected to be serious contenders for Candelario, his absence from the trade market could drive up the prices for rental bats, indirectly affecting the team. This situation adds an unexpected twist to the trade deadline as teams reassess their interest in Candelario. However, there was an update later revealing that Candelario claimed to be fine. Both Candelario and the Cubs have an incentive to downplay the situation, so the true extent of the injury remains uncertain. Nevertheless, this injury will likely cause teams to pause and reassess their interest in Candelario. In other news, the Cubs have made a roster move, recalling pitcher Hayden Wesneski and optioning Michael Rucker. Wesneski's call-up indicates a potential change in the pitching rotation and provides an opportunity for him to make an impact for the Cubs. Rumors are also circulating about potential trades involving the Cubs. The team reportedly wants to wait until the last minute before making any moves, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been acquiring struggling players, and this trend adds more intrigue to the trade market. Additionally, the article mentions updates on various Cubs prospects, including their recent debuts and notable performances. This information provides insights into the team's future and adds excitement for fans. In conclusion, Jeimer Candelario's shoulder injury has raised uncertainty about potential trades and could drive up the prices for rental bats. The Cubs' roster moves and rumors surrounding potential trades further contribute to the excitement and anticipation among fans. As the trade deadline approaches, the Cubs and their fans are eagerly waiting to see how these developments will shape the team's future. Note, this article is written in a sports announcer style using metaphors and slang to engage readers. Upbeat music fades in. Host. And that's a wrap for today's episode of For Your Starter. We've covered all the bases, hit it out of the park, and scored a touchdown of sports knowledge. Co-host. Absolutely, folks. We've tackled the game from every angle, leaving no stone unturned. It's been a wild ride, full of adrenaline-pumping moments and nail-biting excitement. Host. That's right, my fellow sports enthusiasts. Just like a star athlete giving their all on the field, we've given our all in bringing you the latest news, analysis, and interviews from the world of sports. Co-host, we've sprinted through the headlines, dribbled through the controversies, and slam-dunked our way into your hearts. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you, host, and we couldn't have done it without our incredible listeners. Your support, feedback, and passion for the game is what keeps us going. You're the MVPs of this podcast, and we can't thank you enough. Co-host. Remember, folks, the game doesn't end here. Be sure to follow us on social media for more sports-related content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, and interactive discussions. We want to hear your thoughts, predictions, and favorite sports moments. Host. So hit that follow button on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and join the 4-Year Starter community. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to celebrate the incredible world of sports together. Co-host. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another exciting episode of 4-Year Starter. We'll be back with more game-changing insights, inspiring stories, and maybe even a few surprises along the way. Host. Until then, my fellow sports enthusiasts, keep chasing your dreams, pushing your limits, and giving it your all. Just like a 4-year starter, make every moment count, both on and off the field. Co-host. Thanks for joining us today, folks. Stay passionate, stay dedicated, and stay tuned for more unforgettable moments on 4-Year Starter. Upbeat music fades out.